we've had players, as most people will have done, who have had symptoms of not being well, and that's not to say they're all the same. We've had players who have experienced illness this week, who have been stayed at home. We were due to have a day yesterday off-site to do something different, but decided against that because of the growing concerns surrounding coronavirus. So in the end, we told all the players to stay at home. Indeed, all the technical staff as well, all the training ground staff. So, you know, we've done that as a precautionary measure, because we've currently got one player who's been awaiting test results on his symptoms, and then we'll look at how we take it further. I mean, yes, it's pretty inevitable that we all will have contact with somebody who either has the virus or has possibly even recovered from it. We don't know. I think in the meantime we continue to be vigilant and do what is right for the well-being of all the staff who work at this football club. And of course, we have a greater responsibility as well, and that is that everybody who, you know, the country is in a state, as indeed the world is at the moment, in a state of anticipation as to what it means to them. And so, you know, we're no different. We're trying to look after the interests of the people who work here and their wider families. And yeah, so I don't think we had any great leadership last night. Listening to the Prime Minister, I was totally underwhelmed by by the lack of leadership and clear message in terms of what was said in that press conference. I think it's important that I mean, we are trying to be proactive ourselves, and I think what is very important is that, you know, hopefully the Premier League will make strong decisions based on what is right for everybody within the game.
Have you noticed if players have been, you know, anxious, scared about everything that's sort of going on, you and your staff included?
I think it's inevitable to be worried, and you know, players will. We have a squad which is multicultural, players from different parts of the world. There's going to be anxiety about their families.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Could you name that player?
No, I wouldn't dream of naming a player. I want to protect individuals' interests at the moment. Yeah, for sure, because he could be okay.
Yes, absolutely, and we hope he is.
He is the only major league in Europe. This could get overtaken and still playing. Are you surprised? Are football people concerned that it's still going ahead as we said, as we can?
I think that the rate with which the situation appears to have escalated this week, I think, has probably sharpened everybody's minds and opinions on the situation. You know, I hear stories about us playing games behind closed doors, and I feel that is rather a misplaced sort of point of view. I mean, what about us? What about the coaching staff? What about the players? It's a contact sport. Play behind closed doors. I think it's naive at best, and it's, in my own opinion, this is not the club's opinion, I think it's a stupid idea.
So a position might be just to suspend the league for a month and then...
I don't know. It would be, I think it would be, the Premier League would come out with a lot of credit if they took a positive action rather than wait to be instructed by the government what to do. We will only see more and more cases emerging, I'm sure, and what is very important is that we protect the interests of everybody. I mean, again, the fans of football clubs want to see their teams play. They want to see they want to support them, and I think it's only right that that is the case. I don't think playing games behind closed doors does anything other than try and fulfill contractual obligations. So for me, it's about the well-being of people. It's not necessarily about, it's easy for me to say that, of course, but that's what I believe. And we have to be mindful that this problem, this worldwide problem, is not going to go away. It is going to run its course. It's not something that we can stop, and we in the football industry have a responsibility to ourselves and each other to make sure that the well-being of everybody concerned is taken care of first and foremost. So
finally, I'd say you talked about making contingency plans. Are the clubs, do you think, in general set up capable if the season was to prolong into, say, into the summer, June, July, to get it finished?
To get it finished, let's. I think what's important is that first and foremost we deal with the situation in terms of trying to look after the well-being of people involved in the industry. In terms of what the season will look like if it's suspended to start with, I don't know. We have to be prepared for any eventuality, and that, I think, that will be something that will be discussed. This is going to be, I think, a fluid situation in the sense that there has to be a clear pathway of action first and foremost. We have to be decisive with how the problem, the situation is dealt with initially. In terms then of what would happen with the league season being concluded at a later date, then we'll see how that goes as we go along. But I'm not making those decisions. I have to be in my own position, able to look at both sides of this in terms of still being able to prepare the team and look after the interests of the football side of it, but also, more importantly, look after the people involved here as people.